Now, the other day I was very troubled with the overwhelming passage of time. I have this feeling that no matter how I try, I can't slow down time. And realistically, everyone has 24 hours, but we're limited with a different set of circumstances and different set of responsibilities. Now, the interesting thing that happens is when these responsibilities or circumstances changes, and that's essentially what's happening in my own life right now. However, when I was starting this channel, the whole idea was not to find points to complain about and to spread negativity, rather to find ways to deal with it and ideally learn to draw and share this journey going through this learning experience. So I came up with a new solution for myself right now. Now I like to think in systems, and the limited amount of time that I have due to changes in circumstances, new job, new people, a bunch of stuff that's going through simultaneously at the same time in my own life, I realized that I need to lock in a little and I need to get much more organized than I am right now in order to make this work and, continue down this journey of trying to learn to draw. The topic of today's video is acrylic markers, and in particular what I tried to do now, I tried to split my free time into 3 sections, where once a week I want to spend at least 30 minutes trying to learn a new concept, or at least try to learn and understand how others are doing something. Number 2 is finding the time to practice and ideally have this time slot every day, but not making it a job, not making it a chore of some sort, rather having a dedicated, sacred time that is ideally undisturbed, and just for yourself to practice, and last but not least, have some sort of a project that I'm working towards too. Now, the project aspect can be anything. It can be maybe a particular painting or drawing, or maybe just finishing a few pages of a sketchbook, and that is the project that you're intending to go for. So without further ado, I want to share with you today my experience trying to learn acrylic markers. Truth be told, I got these markers a while back, so I have them around. I just haven't been drawing with them that much. These ones in particular have a small capsule chamber where basically it secures the paint, and there is a small ball inside, so when you shake, it essentially shakes up the paint and it goes through this small cotton swab at the very end. So in particular, this eliminates a few things. Basically, you no longer need to have a setup where you have to prepare a palette and set aside some water jug, and you need to set aside your brushes, so you can skip that. And essentially it eliminates some of the friction at the very start. Now, of course, this comes at a trade-off, so essentially you are limited by the colors that you have. That's one thing. The other thing is, of course, that the quality will differ largely. I had not the most expensive set, and I can see now that probably next time I buy it, I want to try a different brand just to see if it's any better or worse, or even if there is a difference between these brands. So this past couple of weeks, what I tried to do is look up different simple tutorials and just try to replicate either exactly how they're doing it, or ideally try to make my own version of the tutorial that they were doing, and just to try and draw some floral arrangements or some bushes, maybe some flowers, and the other topic was also clouds, since it's kind of satisfying and it's nice to look at, especially if you use more vibrant colors, because it gives this kind of nice effect when drawn with acrylic markers directly. Now, I also noticed that it does give a more nice look when you create the background. So some of the tutorials that I found essentially started with this kind of laid out background, and then you draw on top of that, which is also very nice. Now, I was generally curious how would this work if I try to create a slightly larger drawing, and it was an interesting experience, not overall as much from the drawing perspective itself, rather the amount of self-doubt that I go through while I do these drawings, which is just quite interesting because I don't think I have any other activity in my life where I second guess what am I doing, and essentially having my brain going this override mode is saying this is not good, kill it, you know, it's time to stop, like this is not good enough, just stop. And I pushed through this drawing just to finish it till the end. Regardless, there's a few things that I encountered. One, I still haven't learned how to properly blend acrylics, at least when it comes to using markers. And I watched a lot of tutorials and I tried it around with different things. Just for me, it didn't exactly stick. If I don't use a brush, it just doesn't make that much sense, like going over and over, you know, in several layers, or trying to rub it with my finger. The other thing that caught my eye is the lack of colors really comes in as a limitation eventually, especially when you're trying to draw skin tones. I personally really don't like the pink skin tone, because for me it just kind of makes this really weird effect on, you know, portraits and, you know, face and skin color all together. So essentially, I think this was the finishing point where I really wasn't satisfied, let's say, with the painting at the very end. Now, as I was recording this, a literal storm just started outside my window. That's why the lighting is significantly different. I guess my main takeaway, trying to learn a new medium, or rather more intentionally practicing a particular medium more often, is to try to reduce the friction as much as possible to make it completely effortless to just go and draw. This is always the intention that I have in my head, as I can find so many things and so many reasons why I am unable to do something, where it is much more important to find things that you are able to do despite of. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.